What's good, Hoodrich fam? Hoodrich credit tapping in. Look, Hoodrich fam, let's get straight into it. So today's video is gonna be some sauce that a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of, or probably never heard of, because nobody talks about this shit in the credit game. But it's a little play that you can bust when they be fed. But before I get into the video, I'm gonna say educational purposes only. I know my OG viewers, the people that have been watching me for a minute, miss that term or that saying that I used to always say in my videos. Educational purposes only. That's why I haven't really dropped like major gems like that, because they consider it as fraud on this channel. You understand what I'm saying? So I always have to say educational purposes only. But look, y'all, today's video, like I was saying, this Navy Fed play. So this play has been going on for a good minute, man. Probably like a good year that I found out about this play with close homeboy, because I have a lot of connections in the credit game. And I'm gonna explain to you guys the play that he ran, and you guys can probably put it into motion. So with Navy Fed, he applied for an auto loan, right? When he applied for that auto loan, he got approved. I think it was 25K, right, with his terms and everything. But instead of him going to the dealership and obtaining the vehicle that he wanted, what he did was he got his auto loan check and deposited into his savings account, okay? Which a lot of people are not aware of. So he deposited his whole 25K check into his savings account. He talked to the representative. It cleared, went right into his savings account. Now with that 25K, now that he has access to it into his savings account, what he did was he opened up his the Navy Fed pledge loan. He called the representative up on the phone and told him, hey, look, I want to deposit this whole 25K into my Navy Fed pledge loan. I want to start building a relationship with you guys. I forgot what the terms he chose, but he basically opened up a pledge loan, right? 25K, and then he did the 90% paid off method. That way, when it reports to your credit, your debt to income ratio is not that high. So using his auto loan check, he created his trade line with the Navy Fed pledge loan, a high trade line reporting, right? So when it reports as 90% paid off and that amount, that looks good on your report to get approved for higher limit funding when you let those accounts age, right? So keep in mind, right, he still has that auto loan check with its terms, and he has to make payments towards it. Navy Fed gives you about 2 months for you to make your first payment, right? So he owns that auto loan. So remember though, now that he owns that auto loan, he can deposit the money from the Navy Fed pledge loan, because remember, you playing with your own money to build your credit. He can deposit that money right back into the paid auto, right? So now you created two trade lines, if you understand what I'm saying, because you have that Navy Fed pledge loan that you opened up with your own money. You 90% paid it off, and then you got to set up auto pay for the rest of the payments. But that's nothing, right? If you paid it 90 to 95% paid off, okay, and you just set up auto pay for the remaining balance. So what I forgot to include is, why do you want them two paid trade lines on your report? So first of all, with the Navy Fed pledge loan, it gives you higher chances of being approved for funding in general. But when it comes to the auto loan being paid off, now you have comparable card credit. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say you got that 25K paid off auto on your report. Now you have a high chance next time when you let this auto age, getting approved for a 50K auto. Because remember what I told you guys in my past videos, you need at least half paid off of what you're trying to get approved for. So like if you're trying to get a 100K auto loan check, right? You need 50K at least reported on your credit. You need comparable card credit. If you don't have it, they're going to deny you for the type of funding you want on that vehicle. This is how you create two trade lines with Navy Fed. There's some sauce that nobody talks about. It's untalked about in the credit game, man. And to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure you can only do it with Navy Fed. There's other institutions that offer some, secure pledge loans. But the thing is, the limit that they go up to is not that high. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, DCU with their credit builder loan, it goes only up to 3K. You can't really bust the players with that. But with Navy Fed, honestly, I don't even know what the secure pledge loan with Navy Fed goes up to. But I know it's way higher than 3K. Okay, you got it. So this is how you create your own two primary trade lines with Navy Fed. Okay, but keep in mind though, he still has interest due on that Navy Fed auto loan, right? Because you got to pay what, 2 to 5%. I forgot what was his percentage, but he still had to pay that. You get what I'm saying? But look at it as like a down payment for you creating 2 trade lines on your report. It's like you creating your own trade lines. So yeah, you guys, hopefully this didn't confuse you guys. If you have other questions, just let me know under the comment section. But it is you creating 2 trade lines with Navy Fed. Okay, you get that Navy Fed secured pledge loan. Well, first you deposited that auto loan check instead of just getting the auto loan, or instead of getting the auto, right? You got that auto loan, you deposit it into your savings. Then you call a representative up, open up a Navy Fed pledge loan, have that 25K deposited into your Navy Fed pledge loan. Once it reports on your account, right, it's going to say 25K Navy Fed pledge loan, and the money is still going to be in your secured account, your savings secured account. Now that 25K, you pay off 90% of that 25K pledge loan, and you got to set up auto pay for the remaining. But whenever you can pay off that auto loan, now you have a paid off auto. Another thing that I forgot to include, so with that Navy Fed pledge loan, you got the terms, right? Let's say you got a 6-month term to pay off that Navy Fed pledge loan, some shit like that, right? You wouldn't let it age them 6 months because you have the remaining balance. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to set up auto pay to pay off the whole pledge loan. That way it can report as closed. Now you have that closed and paid off in full pledge loan reporting on your credit. You got an installment loan paid off in full of that balance. It looks good on your report. You get what I'm saying? But with the remaining that you got, now you pay off that Navy Fed car loan. You understand? So now you have 2 paid off trade lines on your report, and it looks good on your report to get approved for high limit funding. Wait them 6 months to pay off that loan, the auto loan. But remember, you guys, you don't got to pay a lot of interest. You know, interest only occurs of how long you have that auto loan, if you understand what I'm saying. Because a lot of you guys get terms of your auto loan being 2 to 5% or some shit like that, right? But remember, the faster you pay off that auto loan, the lower interest you're gonna get charged. So you're only gonna get hit with interest on them 6 months that you carry that auto loan without it being paid in full. Understand? That's some sauce. You're not gonna hear from this on YouTube, but I gave it to you guys first. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Y'all have a good day. The Hood Rich Way.